this is the second part of the previous example. So we have already found the amplitude, periodic time, and omega. And they're asking us to find the maximum speed, that is the absolute value of the velocity, and time when the speed is 5 meters per second, and time when z equals 2 meters, right? It's the time when the displacement is at 2 units. So we can use these equations if you want, but for this example, I'm going to show you how to use the base equation. So basic equation to get the velocity. Right. So based on this, I can derive the velocity of this motion, because we have already shown that this performs simple harmonic motion. So if you derive this with respect to time, you get dz by dt, which is z dot. Z dot means the velocity is given as minus 15 plus sine 3t. So now the maximum absolute. Now we are looking at the speed. So we can have to take the absolute value of this function. So z dot absolute would be 15 sine 3t. This is 15 sine 3t. So what is the maximum value? Maximum value is obtained when this part becomes the maximum. This part becomes a maximum. So sine value is maximum. It takes a maximum value which is equal to 1. So the maximum would be 15 meters per second. So when you derive this one, cos 3t becomes minus sine 3t. Right. Next, time when the absolute value of velocity, that means the speed, is 5 meters per second. So we can use this equation. So replace this one with 5 meters per second, 15 sine 3t. Then the time would be, so this 5 divided by 15 is 1/3. We take the sine to the other side, sine inverse. We get sine inverse 1/3, and you have to divide this by 3 because you have a 3 multiplying t. So 1/3 of this would be the time when the speed is 15 meters per second. So this time, now since these are periodic functions, so time increases. It always increases. Time is also periodic. So you can obtain time, the time when the speed becomes 5 meters per second. The next time it can be obtained by adding a period to this equation. Right. So likewise we can obtain the time. This is the time when the speed of the particles becomes 5 meters per second for the first time. Right, for the first time. So this is within the cycle, first cycle. Now if we want to find time when z equals 2, we use this equation here. Time when z equals 2. So 2 equals 5 cos 3t. Therefore time would be 1/3 cosine inverse 2/5. Right. Cosine inverse 2/5. This would be the time when the particle is at z equals 2 for the first time.